Have you ever wanted to try to grow some food for yourself, but stopped short because of lack of space? Maybe you recently bought a house and didn't realize that the Homeowners Association does not allow for gardening in the outdoor spaces. It could also be that you just don't want to commit to the work and process of creating that garden space in the backyard. It's an awful lot of work, and it can be physically demanding. Regardless of your reasons, we want to show you a simple way of creating a small garden that'll allow you to grow some of your favorite vegetables without taking up space in the backyard. Today, it's all about bucket gardens. Monica, what do you think about bringing the garden inside in a 5-gallon bucket?
Cut.
So I think we're going to bring the garden inside and we're going to do it with a 5-gallon bucket.
Why are you going to do it in a 5-gallon bucket?
Because then we can grow our stuff inside.
Inside, in Mom's kitchen?
Yeah, it'll be in the kitchen.
It's so cold.
Because then we can do it inside.
Interesting idea.
Okay, stop. So Monica, there's one thing I really want to do.
You got a nice bucket on you.
Buckets, buckets, buckets.
It's pouring buckets.
Is that a hole in your bucket?
That is gonna be buckets of fun. Dad, what are you doing?
I'm looking for buckets for a bucket garden. Monica, catch! So it's the middle of March. We're freezing our butts off out here. And I'm kind of ticked because we can't get in the garden. So I thought we would bring the garden inside. What do you think Mom's gonna say?
Well, she does put up a lot of your crazy ideas, so...
So am I gonna be good with this, or?
You might be sleeping on the couch tonight.
Sleeping on the couch. I say we go for it.
Who keeps putting these 5-gallon buckets in my kitchen?
How are we gonna take this and make it into a garden?
Well, that's what our episode's all about. We're gonna make this into what's called a self-wicking bucket. Join us on episode 1. It's time to head to the store for supplies. Go to your local hardware store and they'll have everything you need. We started in the plumbing section and located the 1-inch PVC pipe. We decided to purchase a 10-foot section instead of the 5-foot lengths. It only cost us about $6. Next, we scoped out the 5-gallon buckets in the paint department. You really need a 5-gallon container or larger for this kind of system to work well. We found these buckets on sale for about $4. Next, we headed to the garden center to pick up potting soil. 2 cubic yards will do about 2 buckets easily. We spent $10 a bag. Don't forget to pick up your favorite vegetable seeds so you're ready to plant as soon as your buckets are done. Now, just a few more supplies. You'll need an empty gallon milk jug and some duct tape. And finally, you need a couple of tools that includes a drill, drill bits, and a hacksaw. Now you're ready to put your self-wicking bucket together. This is such an easy project. She'll have no problems with it.
This was supposed to be an easy project, he said.
Hey, first we need a 5-gallon bucket. Go get some.
My dad has 5-gallon buckets everywhere.
Grab me a drill.
A drill? Everyone knows what a drill is.
Hey, Annika, do you know what a hacksaw is? Grab that for me.
He asked me to get him a hacksaw. I don't even know what that is. Dad, is this your hacksaw?
All I asked her for was a hacksaw. A hacksaw. Everybody knows what a hacksaw is.
I got your hacksaw. This is a hacksaw.
Now let's put this thing together. First, measure up 5 inches from the bottom of the 5-gallon bucket and drill one hole with a 3/8 drill bit. Be sure that this is the only hole in the bucket.
Next, take an empty milk jug and drill 4 holes near the bottom of the jug. Space them out evenly, either in the corners or on the sides. Then do the same near the top of the jug. The bottom holes will allow water to seep out of the jug and into the soil. The top holes will allow an air gap, which will help the roots of the plants get that much needed oxygen.
Now take the 1-inch PVC pipe and measure 16 inches and use your hacksaw to make the cut. It's a little harder than you think. Check to make sure that the pipe is just an inch or two above the height of the bucket when it's all said and done. After you make that straight cut, take the pipe and take a 45-degree angle cut on one end. This will allow the water to freely flow in the bottom of the milk jug without getting backed up.
Next, take the milk jug and make a small cut on the lid to allow the pipe to snugly fit inside the opening. Don't cut too far, as this could allow a lot of dirt into the jug, and you definitely do not want that.
Now shove the PVC pipe with a 45-degree cut down into the jug. The pipe should be positioned straight up and down. Take some duct tape and make a good seal where the pipe and the jug meet. This isn't meant to be a watertight seal, but rather, it's meant to keep the soil from filling the jug.
Position the water reservoir either in the middle or to the side of the bucket. The position doesn't really matter, except that it might be easier to access the pipe to add water if it's toward the side.
Alright, almost done. Fill the bucket with potting soil, about an inch from the top. The soil should be packed down occasionally, but you don't want to overdo this. Take the bucket outside and wet the surface of the top of the soil down a bit, and then begin to fill the reservoir. It's important to do this slowly so that you don't overfill it. The soil will take a while to soak in the water, but eventually you'll see a small stream of water coming out that little weep hole. When the water comes out, that means it's full. Now it's time to plant.
Dad, what are we gonna plant in this thing?
Ooh, I know. Sugar snap peas.
A cactus?
Lettuce? Lettuce, anybody?
Or maybe some daisies?
How about arugula? I was thinking green beans. Well, we accomplished what we set out to do. Here's our self-wicking bucket. Thanks for joining us on Schaefer Farms.